And a good Friday morning to you. This Velco Weather Hazards Outlook is valid the rest of today, Friday, through Thursday, July the 23rd. We're looking at a rather busy weather pattern for utilities with a few quick-moving frontal boundaries triggering showers and thunderstorms nearly every other day. Quieter weather will work in late next week. There'll be some warmth and humidity that will also raise heat indices, especially for Sunday and again along about Tuesday. Good project weather days ahead are the rest of today, Friday, through about 8 p.m., next Tuesday, as well as Thursday. We're looking at dew point temperatures here. This is the state of Vermont, and dew points in the 50s, really no issues for the rest of today. We have this impulse that's going to be working on through, but you notice these greener temperatures here with 60s and 70-degree dew point temperatures, and all of this is going to be working around an area of higher pressure and the influx coming in from the southwest. Our next weather maker is producing some showers and a few thunderstorms mixed in. These are mostly on the more western portion of the disturbance itself. As this is going to be moving in, we're going to see increasing high-level clouds, but nothing to worry about in terms of project weather. Should be pretty good, lasting through about 8 p.m. as it looks right now. The showers and potentially some thunderstorms will try to work into Vermont. It doesn't look especially strong, but some benign thunderstorms mixed in, embedded with some rain shower activity. That'll take place, it looks like, during the overnight period, early Saturday morning. Three separate waves of precipitation will work on through, with the last one being a little bit more problematical and something we'll have to watch carefully, as upper-level winds will be a little bit stronger at that point in time. That shear may interact with some of the leftover moisture and produce some stronger thunderstorm activity, marginally severe potentially, across mainly the Connecticut River Valley, portions of eastern Vermont, and extending eastward into eastern New England. Total accumulated rainfall shows here that most is going to be up in the northern areas, least amount to our south, but still some pretty healthy amounts across this particular area of the eastern Great Lakes, stretching out of the mid-Mississippi Valley and into adjacent southern Quebec. And we'll start with precipitable water at first here. This is looking at the European model, and this is valid this morning, this afternoon, and finally this evening at around 8 o'clock. You can see an influx of these lighter greens starting to introduce the area to moistening conditions, and these will be rolling in with mainly mid and high-level clouds at first, but then that's going to be down to the surface, and we're looking at showers and again a few embedded thunderstorms with three distinct waves. You see a little bit lessening here during the afternoon hours. This is valid about 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And then it does dry out as we get into the late overnight period across a good section of Vermont and into the day on Sunday. Sunday I'm not anticipating any issues, actually good project weather. As we get into the afternoon, some more moisture is going to start to work in and really affect mainly New York. But by late in the day or really into the evening hours, we are looking at an influx of some very high dew point temperatures. You see these reds here. This is over 2 inches of precipitable water, and this is going to squeeze out some locally heavy rainfall. As we get into Monday afternoon, you can see the back edge of the frontal system there with much drier air and much more stable air beginning to work into the region later in the day on Monday. This sets up a day for Tuesday, probably an in-between day, and right now it looks like it'll be a dry day. However, we get into Wednesday afternoon, we're looking at another little shot of showers and thunderstorms with a very weak cold front. No tropical downpours associated with that, but some thunderstorm activity with that frontal system. That'll happen late in the day on Wednesday. Finally, much cooler, drier air works on in with an area of higher pressure bringing a relief and a quieter weather pattern up until the time we start to see those higher dew points and higher precipitable water making it into the region along about Friday or Saturday late next week. Okay, this is the 1021 millibar area of higher pressure located over New Hampshire and Maine. That departs, opens the door for more moisture. This is valid at 8 o'clock this evening, and then by 2 o'clock in the morning, that 6-hour panel shows increasing precipitation. And then finally, during the overnight period, that's when the most precipitation is appearing to fall based on the European model. Most of the other models are in pretty good agreement on that. And it does look like precipitation during the day tomorrow is nothing special, and nothing really shows up late in the day. However, wind fields will be increasing, So that upper level shear could be affecting parts of mainly eastern Vermont, the Connecticut River Valley, the Northeast Kingdom, south to Windham County, and points east at that point. And so we'll have to watch for any flare-ups during the late day or early evening hours during the day tomorrow. And continuing this along, looks like not a whole lot going on Sunday. It looks like a relatively dry day. And then we get into late in the day on Sunday, Sunday evening, we start to see showers and thunderstorms knocking at the door. And then a lot of those heavier rainmakers here. You're looking at a 6-hour panel in the red here, almost greater than 1 inch. And it looks like it's centered a little bit north of us, but it's a little bit too close for comfort. Some very heavy rain-producing storms during the overnight period as we get into Sunday night. It lasts into the first part of Monday. Then another break in the action. High-pressure ridges on in. It looks pretty good. As we get into Wednesday, late in the afternoon, we're looking at another little frontal boundary, a lot less intense, and then some scattered rain showers or thunderstorms mixed in with that. And then finally, we get into a nice area of higher pressure for Thursday to end this particular segment. And you notice, yet we have another storm system. And just for kicks, that does carry through, it looks like, roughly about next Friday into next Saturday. Looking at the next 5 days, the mean temperature anomalies, the maximum temperature anomalies, show us above normal, and carrying it 3 days later, near normal, so weighted out with a little bit of cooler weather working in for the late part of next week. Daily temperatures, you're looking at temperatures today about 75 to 80 is what I'm thinking, and nighttime lows relatively comfortable or semi-comfortable as we get down into around 60. And then we'll start to see those temperatures start to max out with a little bit warmer conditions on Saturday, but especially on Sunday, this looks to be our warmest day. Dew point temperatures go along with this, where we could see readings hit 90 degrees locally. That will be the maximum temperature for this period. Heat indices will be relatively high at that point, and I would imagine a lot of use for the electrical grid. Still relatively warm at night, 65 to 70 degrees on Sunday night into Monday. That's when that next weather system moves on in. Rain-cooled air, temperatures get knocked down to about 80 or down into the 70s. And then we start to see things relax a little bit, but still a relatively warm day on Tuesday, where temperatures are running between 80 and 85 degrees in general. Looking at the dew points, and this definitely explains what's going on here, you can see a pretty good march up in dew point temperatures maxing out on Saturday and then also on Sunday when that warmth will hit. So this is the day with the highest heat indices. And then those dew point temperatures take a little bit of a hit, as you can see on Monday afternoon, Monday evening. It carries over into Tuesday. So Tuesday not quite as humid, but still relatively warm. And then those dew point temperatures make a little bit of a slower decline. As we head toward Thursday, a nice drop off. Not as cool as what we've just been seeing over the last couple of days, but still some pretty good relief in the humidity as we get into the late part of the week. Looking at the GFS ensemble station, centered on Burlington, you can see the shower and thunderstorm activity that peaks out, and then later in the day a little secondary flare-up. That's the one with the higher wind maxes that I'm a little more concerned about late in the day. And then that moves on out. We dry out a little bit, and kind of ill-timed showers and thunderstorms, as you can see. That's it from here. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.